episode 6, and the topics that you guys wanted me to talk about was all of them again. So I love that you guys have been loving every single topic that I've been coming up with, to the point of incorporating them all into each episode. I feel like this week's topics go with this week's vibe, since it is Valentine's week. And so the topics that we're going to discuss today are my dating patterns, my experiences with different ethnicities, and why women are obsessed with toxicity, including myself, unfortunately.
If you're dating a guy and if he acts a little bit toxic, baby, husband him up. I mean, he has to act a little bit toxic in order to show that he cares.
And the title that you guys chose is Driven by Lust. And so I am going to start with my dating patterns. And so I know most people like to say that they don't have a type, that they prefer how somebody is on a personal level, their characteristics, and that kind of stuff. Obviously, I am the first one to admit I 100% have a type. You guys already know what that is. But there is a type that I gravitate towards, or types that gravitate towards me without even knowing, without even realizing. And so I like to call them dating patterns. So it's something that you don't necessarily sought after, but it just kind of happens. And so the first one is my dating patterns when it comes to zodiac signs. And so it's really crazy that I don't have a lot of experience with every single sign. I have a very specific group of signs that I feel like I am gravitating towards, or that gravitate towards me, and that I just can't seem to escape. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but obviously it hasn't been great since I've been single for 10 years. And so ironically enough, my best compatibility sign that I'm supposed to have as a Capricorn is a Taurus. And I literally have only met one Taurus man. We did not vibe at all. So he was definitely not for me. And I only know 2 Taurus women, but they are literally some of my favorite women. One of them is my best friend that I like to say is my soulmate, and I would 100% marry her if I could.
I got my mind on you.
And so I don't know. I also think that zodiac signs patterns are different when it comes to sex and gender as well. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the ones that I like and that I gravitate towards. And so it just so happens that most of the ones that I'm highly attracted to and usually go after, or have relations with, are Aquariuses and Aries. And my husband was an Aries, and so you guys know how that worked. And so Aquariuses, I feel like, I don't know, they just have this kind of energy that I'm drawn towards. Aries, I'm attracted to physically, and they're honestly some of the kinkiest people I've ever been with.
Like, that is just nasty, and I'm into it.
So definitely what makes me gravitate towards them. Aquariuses in the bedroom are very sensual and intimate, so I do love that, as well as the ones that are drawn towards me. And so the ones that are drawn towards me, that come after me, are Virgos and Libras. And so Virgos, I feel, are like a little more shy, but they are the perfect gentlemen. And Libras, I think I would compare them to Aquariuses when it comes to like sensuality and intimacy and that kind of stuff. And so I fuck with them as heavy that they fuck with me.
If you fuck with me, I fuck with you. If you got me, I got you.
And so that's kind of the ones that I have gravitated towards the most, since it's kind of a mutual reciprocation when it comes to that. And I will tell you, the best ones in the bedroom are Capricorn.
Yo, what sign you had the best sex with? Capricorn, immediately. Has to be a Capricorn.
Which is my same sign. And so that is literally the best that I've ever had, the most passionate, the most fire-fueled, I guess you can say. But I know that that match is also the most toxic. And so I had talked about this in one of my other episodes as well. I can't remember which one, but I pretty much said that if I was to get in a relationship with a Capricorn, that we would literally be like on some Bonnie and Clyde type shit, natural born killer type shit.
When them people come here and they ask you who done this, you tell them Mickey and Mallory Knox did it, all right? Say it.
Mickey and Mallory Knox did it.
Mickey and Mallory Knox. I love you, Mickey.
Me and Mallory?
We are kind of balls to the wall kind of people. We're very impulsive. We're very irrational. We don't think before we act. We only act based off pure impulse and adrenaline. And so that would be very dangerous. And so I try to kind of stay away from them when it comes to, you know, being in a relationship with them. And I usually like to stick to Libras and Virgos when it comes to that, because I feel like they calm my soul. And so I always said I needed everybody, not just me, everybody needs the perfect balance, you know? Two high-strung people cannot be together. It's just very dangerous and it's very toxic. And so you just need the calm to your storm, I like to say. Libras and Virgos are definitely that for me. And the reason I am gravitate towards Aquarius and Aries, but I just don't fuck with them on that level is I just feel like the energy was never reciprocated in the way that I wanted it to be, how it is with Virgos and Libras. So I try to steer away from them, but unfortunately, I just keep going. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. They have some kind of hold on me. Cupid's chokehold, if you will.
And I know it sounds so old, but Cupid got me in a chokehold.
Another kind of weird, quirky, funny thing that I've noticed is that I love men named Michael. Like, they are the most attractive men to me for some reason. Like, literally all my crushes that I ever had growing up was named Michael. My first celebrity crush besides Justin Timberlake, before even Justin Timberlake, was Michael from The Lost.
Michael, 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 good night, Michael, 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 Michael.
I don't know why. So if you're named Michael, like, most likely I'm gonna be attracted to you and you are attractive. I have yet to meet somebody I wasn't that was named that. I just thought it was crazy, funny, and odd. Like, I don't know if there's other people that gravitate towards men with similar names, but that one's mine. I have also noticed that I gravitate towards men that have certain professions without even knowing, without like going in, not even knowing what they do, and just kind of finding out as we get to know each other. Most of them are barbers for some reason, security guards. Y'all know I love me a security guard. Whoo! Because, you know, they had to be big men. They got to be big and burly. They got to have muscle, you know. So those are obviously the first ones that catch my eye 100% for sure. I love a man that works hard with his hands. So, you know, construction workers. And so those are like literally the only 3 men that had certain professions that I've ever fucked with for some reason. Like, I've never fucked with an office guy. Like, I don't think I could, honestly. Like, you know, I need to know that you're good with your hands. And so what's crazy is, like, literally almost every single time I go out, which is not very often, so I guess you can't really compare it that much. But it's always a security guard that I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I should just pop off so he can put me in a chokehold. And, you know, take my ass outside, pick my ass up. But I don't, I behave. But it's just, you know, something funny and crazy. Some of the experiences that I've had with different ethnicities, because I've literally dated every single ethnicity that you can think of. So I definitely don't have a type when it comes to that. Like, if you look good, you look good. So it's more based off features and characteristics than it is color. So like I said, I love me a man with, you know, eyes that I can look into and have something behind them, you know, and some nice, full, luscious lips and beard, tattoos, and, you know, every race has that quality or has somebody that looks like that. And so I honestly love and respect Black men the most, because to me, and that's why they get the most bitches. I know you guys hate, but I'm gonna tell you why they do. Is because they have the smoothest way. Like when they hit on women, it doesn't feel threatening. Like it actually is flattering, you know? Like the way that they talk to you, like in just such a smooth way, coming up with such smooth lines.
I just want to be honest. I'm a man of many talents, but I can't cook. This is true. So I hope you don't mind eating out, because that's all I like to do.
You know, and like they seem very confident. They're very bold. They're very like there's just a sexiness about them. And most of them are big burly men. And I love me that, you know that.
Big boy. Listen, muscles are nice, but they're hard to sleep on. Them big boys, comfy as shit. Keep you warm. They can still toss you. Yes. And you know what big boys like to do? They like to eat. I need a big boy. I need a big... Plus, nobody wants to fight the big boy, because he's a big boy.
And so I think that's probably the best qualities and why it's so easy for them to pull women. And I'm gonna get canceled maybe for this whole segment, because I'm gonna tell you a little funny, crazy story before I go into the rest. Is a couple years ago when I was going through my divorce, like it was just kind of an observation that I wanted to share, which was I think that white men make the best fathers and family men, because they are the ones that I see with their family at church, at the mall, at birthday parties, at fun kid events and play places. They are the ones that I have seen present. And that was just an observation. That's all I said. I did not, down talk any other color, any other race, any other ethnicity. But for some reason, everybody lost their shit completely, went off the handle. Went as far as calling me a racist and a bigot and compared me to fucking Donald Trump. That's literally insane. How you got that from what I said is
Like, literally insane. Oh.
Oh, this is insane. Like, literally. Oh.
But yeah, that shit was fucking wild. So you know what? I won't even be shocked if I get some backlash from this shit either. Because people are just way too fucking sensitive.
I just want to know when everyone became so overly sensitive.
And you know me, this is unapologetic. I am not apologizing for what I gotta say. Yeah, I might tread a little more lightly than I usually would. Maybe not speak as vulgar, but at the end of the day, I'm not sorry for anything I say. This is my own personal opinion. And if you don't like it and you don't respect it, then guess what? You don't gotta fucking listen. Same shit. You come across something on social media you don't like, you know what? You can keep scrolling. You do not need to engage.
And breaking news right now, if you don't like something you see, you don't have to watch it. You can just scroll away. Here to comment, not you.
I feel like that's fucking exhausting, honestly, because you're not gonna win. Like, everybody has their own opinions and nobody's gonna fucking change them. So you're literally wasting your time and energy. So sorry I went off a little tangent, but I just wanted to make it known that I don't give a fuck what any of you guys think and what I have to say. So now this is where it's gonna maybe get where people get a little sensitive or not gonna like it. So I obviously love Latino Middle Eastern men as well. I feel like they're the most romantic lover boys, but because of that, they are also the biggest love bombers. So they're like literally the only men that have like met me first sighting and is like, I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna make you mine, I'm gonna change my whole life for you, and I'm like, bro, you don't even fucking know me, like calm the fuck down. Like, so to me that's like, that gives me the ick, honestly. I'm like, gross. How many other women do you just talk like this to and do this to? But I'm not gonna lie, when I do love getting gifts, I like to have a dozen roses for no reason. Doesn't everybody? So I guess that's where it's a little toxic, that it's like a love-hate relationship with the love bombing. I had a whole kind of little segment on that as well. And so those two, I think, are the ones that I have found that do that the most. Asians, I love that they're very attentive. They're very caring. They are gentleman. The longest situationship that I had right after my husband was almost 3 years. And I just love that he would do the simplest, smallest little things for me. Like when I was sick, he would buy me a green juice, or when I needed crackers with my soup or something like that I forgot an ingredient in what I was making, he would pick it up for me. And I just really loved that about him, that he didn't have to buy me big extravagant gifts, that it was just small simple things that really mattered. He got me one of my skull calaveras that I like to joke that I have his soul in still. But just the fact that he got that for me, seeing it, knowing that I would love it, like, you know, that was just the small, simple things make me happy. You know, just seeing the candy that I like, picking that up for me. Like, it's always the little things that mean the most to me. And I always said the Latin love bomber got me not from the roses, not from the chocolates, not from the necklace, but the fucking burrito. I'm a fat girl. I call myself Carby Barbie. So the fastest way to my heart is for food.
Love languages. You want to know what my love language is? Food.
So cheat code. And I had somebody that would bring me fruit at work. You know, I would just get a craving and he'd be like, I got you. That's how you win me over. That's how you steal my little black soul. White men? I do. I love me some white boys. I don't know why. Like, I've always loved white boys. Justin Timberlake, so obviously, right? David Beckham, Paul Walker, you know, like, I love them, but they're afraid of me. They are terrified of me. They're intimidated by me. So when I do pursue them, they are very shy. They're very nervous. They tread lightly. They don't know what to expect because most of them don't have there's some that gravitate towards spicy Latinas. Like, that's their type. They love them some big booty Latinas.
When I see a Latino with beautiful curves, the first thing that goes through my mind is, God!
No, but there are some that don't have a lot of experience with them. And so they're like, I don't know, I like it, but I'm kind of scared. And I think that's why I like it, is because I'm scared. And so like that too, I like to scare men. It makes me happy.
I hate when people tell me that I'm pretty. I don't want to be pretty. I want to be otherworldly and vaguely threatening.
I like to intimidate them, you know? And so I love all of them for all different reasons. I don't really like the term toxic, because toxic to me is more like unresolved trauma and just drama in general. Like, they feed off toxicity and they love having confrontation, where the toxicity that I'm talking about in this particular form is going to be more like why I'm drawn towards certain people and why I have passion with them. And it's more because they are broken, or they are damaged, or they have had emotional trauma in the past, but they are healed from it. Or maybe, you know, it's still kind of there, but they're fully aware of it and they know how to deal with it. And so I do kind of like people that are emotionally intelligent when it comes to recognizing who they are as a person. And so when it comes to that, it's like, I feel like all of us that have been through a lot and have overcame them, I feel like we are fueled by passion, fire, and magic. Like, it's just radiating inside us. And so that's something that kind of draws us to each other. And so those are literally my favorite experiences, my favorite people, the ones that I can actually really, really connect with on an emotional and mental capacity. Like, it's just a vibe that flows so naturally that we don't really even have to think about it. It just kind of happens. And those are the kind of experiences that I love, that we can just talk about anything and everything, and we are listening with purest intentions, with no judgment whatsoever, and more of an understanding, because maybe we have been through the same things or similar situations, and so we can really fight in each other when it comes to those kinds of things and relate. And so I think that's very, very important when it comes to finding the person that you're the most comfortable with, and that you can be your purest, most ugliest, most rawest form in front of, and not feel like you're being judged or even be ashamed about it.
Love says, I see all your flaws and I accept them. I see who you are fully and I accept you and I still love you anyway.
And so those are my people. And because I've had nice guys, I've had gentlemen, I've had guys that, you know, I know would treat me well. I know would give me the best life, a beautiful life, everything that I can ever imagine. But I don't feel anything for them. I need to feel that passion. I need to feel that fire. I need to feel that magic.
Pleasure or pain? I'll take either, as long as it's laced with passion.
And so unfortunately, what they provide to me just isn't enough. And so I don't know if you guys watched the movie Materialist. I did talk about it a little bit in one of my other episodes on Perfectly Imperfect when it came to the lengths that they're go to obtain a certain type of beauty. And so I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about more of the storyline. Well, I really love that movie. So it's pretty much about a woman that came from a good relationship that had pure love, but they always had financial issues, and that was the root of all their problems. And so when they broke up, like, she pretty much promised herself that she is never going to get in a relationship for love again. She's only going to date for money, and she's going to kind of use it as just a business transaction to pretty much buy happiness, right? And what's crazy and ironic is that she is actually a matchmaker. So she's out here trying to find everybody's perfect match, and she just realized just how shallow and materialistic most people are, and that's the reason why they're never going to find love, is because their non-negotiables are just so ridiculous that it's just not possible to find. But she tries her best. She ends up finding her perfect match in the process, which is a tall, successful gentleman that has a lot of money, that can take her around the world and travel and just everything that she ever wanted and could imagine. But unfortunately, she does not feel anything for him.
I'm not in love with you. And you're not in love with me. And there's no amount of money that can fix that.
And so she ends up kind of gravitating back towards her first love, and that she ends up choosing him, that she basically chose love over money. And I feel like that's what I would do as well, because I joked in the same exact way when I got out of my 9-year relationship and marriage, that I don't believe in love, fuck love, you know, I'm just gonna go after money. But obviously, I have had those options and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I crave and feed off and need the passion, fire, and magic. I cannot go without it. I cannot live without it. And so that's what really sucks, is like, we can't always have it all, you know? We definitely have to compromise when it comes to stuff like that. As long as I have that, then I think that's enough. Like, obviously, there's all those other things that I have repeated many times that you guys already know that are requirements for me. But the passion, fire, magic are definitely very close to being on top of that list. I'm also gonna go into just kind of a funny little segment. It's kind of like a known meme, a known saying that people always say why women are obsessed with serial killers and slashers. And it's pretty much because these men, they make a plan, they organize a plan, and they follow through with that plan. They commit to that plan.
I realized why women love serial killers so much. And it's because it's the first man we've ever seen who can plan and execute, for that matter.
So there's no commitment issues when it comes to them at all, and they clean up their mess after. And so I thought that was just so funny and realistic. And so I also love, they have like little pictures of the serial killers and the slashers, and they have like each characteristic that draws women towards them. So like some small examples that I have found is women are drawn towards Ed Gein. Also the characters that were based off him, which was Leatherface and Norman Bates. Jason was also compared to Ed Gein on how he loves his mother. He's creative. He could build you shit. He could build you furniture, stuff like that. Another one is Jeffrey Dahmer, whose Hannibal's character was based off of. And it's like, I love a man that can cook. The other is like Gacy compared to Pennywise. I love a man with a sense of humor that is funny. Another one is Charles Manson. I love a leader that knows how to take charge. Michael, they said that he's a strong, silent type. Ghostface, he's full of surprises. Candyman, he will always answer your call. And so I just thought it was so funny, like how the most toxic men in history and in horror franchises have all the perfect qualities and characteristics that women look for in a man. So it's very ironic. It's honestly, you know, maybe a little fucked up that those are the ones that have those characteristics. And so, like I said before, one of my other episodes, I think my ideal is like if we can take each characteristic from each person and every quality that we liked and build our perfect man, even men building their perfect woman, then life would be great. Life would be simple. Life would be easy, right? But would it be exciting? You gotta sometimes have somebody that, you know, keeps you on your toes, because if they were exactly everything that you wanted, who's to say you wouldn't get bored, right? Like, I think most people, not just men, women specifically, kind of need a little bit of like pushback or somebody that, you know, makes them question themselves. So I think one of my other favorite references is Coming to America, where he could have had the perfect wife that would have been completely at his beck and call, wanting and willing to do whatever he wanted, exactly what he wanted, had no personality of her own. Like, her whole life would revolve around pleasing him.
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
Yes, I know this, but I would like to know about you. What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
And he didn't want that. He wanted somebody with a little bit of spice, you know? And so I think that's just something that we all kind of naturally crave. And so I just think it's very important for us to recognize what we like, what we want, and not lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that we don't have a type. When in reality, even if you don't seek after this specific type, that it's something you naturally gravitate towards magnetically, that you just can't fight, you know? It just has a hold on you, and there's no getting away around it. And so you got to kind of be willing to accept those kind of qualities in people that you gravitate towards. I think, you know, we all try to find our twin flame, our soulmate, in the way that we can relate to each other, whether it's in a good way or a bad way, but it's literally based off pure feelings and emotion. But I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's weekend, and I've been doing this single for 10 years and I love it. And I actually, like, you would think that I would be bitter, anti-Valentine, but I'm not. I love love.
I like love. Yeah. I love people in love. Yeah. I love hearing about love.
I really do, because the ones that do show love that I can see that is pure and never moving with malicious intent are the ones that give me hope. And so you guys inspire me. You give me hope to think that maybe by some God-given miracle, there is somebody out there for me and I just haven't found them yet. Or I might be like Cher, Madonna, and they just haven't been born yet. Just kidding, I could never. I'm hoping I can never.
Me and your soulmate ain't born yet. What type of freak nasty type of shit is this? P. Diddy?
So I have a little bit of standards and morals, okay? But for real, that Valentine's doesn't even have to be about a romantic connection, romantic love. I think love is for everybody. It's all of those that are capable of loving, like the way that I love my son, the way I love my friends.
And that's the thing, y'all. Love is not only romantic, it's platonic too. Like, just be full of love. Treat everyone with love.
I just had the most amazing Galentines with some of my favorite girls. You know, I celebrate with them. Me and my son have been celebrating Valentine's together since me and his dad broke up, and we do our own little date, and he's my perfect, sweet little Valentine until he finds his own. And so I just want everybody to know that it's not just for lovers, it's for all those that love. And I feel like Benito killed it at the Super Bowl, and just that huge statement on the billboard completely said it all. It was so iconic, and it literally said, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And that is the realest, purest form that there is. So let's just all, move with love. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.